I slowly open my eyelids, exposing my susceptible self to the blinding sunlight. Glancing around with squinted eyes, I find myself lying in a hospital bed. I then attempt to sit up, but only to find that I have no strength, causing my feeble arms to quickly collapse under my weight. The now overwhelming, nauseating medicinal smell triggered my gag reflex, and I uncontrollably emptied my stomach. The acid burned my dry throat, and the disgusting smell permeated my nostrils. Unknowingly, a nurse had then walked into my room and let out a shriek. As it turns out, I was later told that I had been in a coma for several years due to a car accident. Many doctors had been certain that I would not wake up. Though they claim it was a miracle that I lived, various tests were performed and revealed that I had suffered from amnesia. I began to look for something to do. Beside the bed there were only an old dresser and several chairs for visitors, I presume. I opened the drawers to find nothing but old photo albums and some expensive clothes. As I laid back in my bed, something brown filtered through the corner of my eye. I walked over curiously and picked it up from below the dresser. To my surprise, it was a checkbook, specifically that of my father's, Lawrence Exeter Sr. This check was made out to Dr. McCoy. Since it was written relatively close to my birth, it may have been a check cut for me, or for Mother, perhaps both. This automobile must be the exact one that accompanied me in the incident. Given the extensive damages to me, it was a miracle, as the doctors and nurses put it, that I woke up with full control of my motor functions, such as turning these pages. As I prepared to re-enter my life as Lawrence Exeter Jr., to my shock, none of my acquaintances knew the whereabouts of my parents. I boarded a train as soon as I directed back to the house. I arrived at the address given to me and was met with a grand mansion. However, it had been abandoned for a while, given the state of the garden. I entered and found my room. I sat down in a dusty chair and continued to look through the checkbook. A donation to Stanford? According to the honorary degree I found on my desk, this university is my alma mater. Daisy. The name came naturally. Miss Daisy Windsor. Miss Daisy Exeter. The name rolled off my tongue. That was Mother and her maiden name. I wonder why had Father given Mother such a large, almost unthinkable sum of money. Father had taken a train in France and deposited some money to the Banque de France.
So are you finally remembering something?
I'm trying, Maria.
It's Mary for the last bloody time. Now you want to call me Maria? What, am I Mexican?
I'm not paying her.
You're not. Your father is.
Father, how are you being paid by? I haven't heard from him in years.
Well, I have. That's all that matters, doesn't it?
One of the first things I noticed when I woke up were the fresh flowers in my room. A closer inspection revealed that they were from the University Club florist, so Father must have sent them periodically and paid in increments. I wonder if Mother cared for me as well.
Those flowers weren't for you. They were for somebody else.
What do you mean? They had my name on them.
Yeah, they had your name after that girl rejected him.
Girl, there was another woman?
There were several. What do you think? He was going to be loyal for all his life?
It was then that I realized that perhaps Father was not the upright man I thought him to be. Though there were no indications of an affair, it was a plausible explanation. Adultery is not unheard of in marriage, but it pains me to think of my parents in such a way. This $200,000 check for me appears to be the last association, indirectly at that, between Father and me. Though I cannot comprehend why he would gift me such a handsome sum of money while I was in a coma. I was grateful nonetheless. I received a phone call a week later from the detective that my father was last seen in the Ambassador Hotel in Hawaii. However, they have received no sight of him ever since. I thank them for the information and look at the check he made out to me again. Was it possible that he was in danger and thus left me with the money? However, it was not his last check given his later purchases. As I walked home drunk, I encountered a lady named Marie and became entranced by her. For the next couple of months, I gifted her various expensive items in hopes of returning the feelings I harbored for her. As my former investigator offered me little information on my father, I tried hiring another as he claimed to be the best. He, Tony Spagoni, however, was not very helpful. To my surprise, Marie one day revealed that she was with a child, mine. Though I was elated, I quickly became fearful. Given how my father had not supported me, I was afraid that I would do the same for my child. Encouraged by my current situation, I decided to write a journal outlining my life and the beginning of his. I presented Marie with a diamond ring when I proposed. and I even hired the famed wedding planner, Miss Wentworth. However, I soon discovered that Maria had been having an affair on the side.
See, what I tell you,
She was faithful until that day. I could pay her only a measly $175,000.
Measly.
That's nothing. Nonetheless, I will eventually care for our son again. My life after the divorce, as you can tell, was spent in and out of casinos, including Walker and Walker. I love that place. And the Wall and Smith. Given how wealthy I was, I certainly had nothing to lose. But there wasn't much to gain either. My life afterwards had become tiresome. Tony then came to me with another lead on my father, and I paid him twice, totaling $200. I then hired a more skilled investigator, a dubious background named Peter.
So this must be that little journal of yours, son. Thought I'd never see you again.